Hi everyone, Alex here. I'd just like to take a moment to thank some of our patrons. Fast or Right, Capricious Cacti, CX Lou, Stick in Hand, Marjorie Clare, Cora, Arichi, Brian Greenwald, Elita Grunde, Majestic Rhyhorn, John Williams, Sigma Bunny, Jack, Rainy Q, Charlotte Ballantyne, Kerry Kobe, Rosian White, Bennett Burns, Anna Veldkamp, Theora Rice. Thank you all. We really appreciate your support. If you'd like to join them, go to www.patreon.com/Rusty Quill and take a look at our rewards.
Welcome to the Rusty Quill Gaming podcast. It is I, Helen Gould, being poured into your ear holes right now. You are...
Your ear cups.
Oh, yes. Cup your ears.
Well, I'm Ben Meredith.
I'm Alex Newell.
I'm Lydia Nicholas.
And I'm Tim Callum Tyler Meredith.
And I'm noticing we're all close to the mic now.
Oh, in your ear holes.
Oh, this radio is so unpleasant.
So fluid.
Oh, no.
Speaking of fluid, that is the main goal of what we're trying to do.
Not blood. No.
Yeah.
Hopefully not blood. We are playing Vast and Starlit by Epidia Rovashol. We are about to have a team meeting, possibly? We do not know.
Well, Alex gets to define a scene.
Yeah. No, I haven't been in a scene. It's passed from whoever's in a scene, I thought.
No, it's you go around the
Oh,
circle.
do I get to define
You
a
go around
scene?
the horn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't have to define yourself in it.
Oh, the mag boots on the other foot now!
Yes, this is turn-based. Last person to have a turn was Lydia, and you can't see the table, so, anyone could be next, but it's actually Alex next.
Is it always two people, or can it be more?
It can be however many you want.
Okay, in which case, I would suggest a team meeting involving everyone except Shmerr. And I would suggest that it is the base of the tree, so not deep down where the pit is necessarily, but where the real guts of the engine, in inverted commas, are, for everyone to discuss the current water crisis and how to deal with it.
Okay.
I'm not there.
So I've set up a whiteboard. Yes, and I am striding side to side in front of it, trying to poke at things with a stick. I don't know how people are listening.
I'm perched on the whiteboard, and the whiteboard is slightly reflective, so I'm leaning down into it, and I can see myself, and I'm pecking furiously at my reflected image in the whiteboard.
I'm hunkered in a corner, pointedly putting mints into my mouth one after the other.
Nom, nom, nom.
I have retracted my limbs and I look just like a metal box in front of But I am paying attention. This is my listening state.
Peck, 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 peck.
And you can just see Shmee sort of floating outside the... looking through the porthole. Shmerr.
Shmerr, Shmee, who cares?
Yeah.
I agree. If it could just be it'd be quicker, more efficient.
So, the way that we're going to find this scanner is we are going to divide the ship into 4 quadrants, and we're each going to sweep a quadrant, and that way we can cover 4 times the ground as fast as that happens. So, moving on, once we make contact with the scanner, we need to develop some sort of way to communicate with it.
I will communicate with the scanner.
Yes, potentially, if it is mechanical, but it might be bioorganic.
This invader! Peck, peck, peck! This invader! Peck! This! I need to deal with him first! Starts violently attacking.
This is your reflection.
That's a matter of opinion.
Allow me to illustrate the section that you're pecking. I get my whiteboard marker out and just colour it in so that it becomes not reflective anymore.
Well done.
The invader is defeated, and this is why I should be in command of the army.
Now, I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, but I've been having a little think in the corner. Yum, yum, yum.
Please contribute.
Now, this sweeping system, lovely as it is and well done, Cakey, I think perhaps there is a quicker way.
And what would you think that would be? Also, can I have a mint?
I've eaten them all, I'm sorry. Yum, yum, yum.
Pops the last one in afterwards.
No, really slowly just brings it up to his mouth, places it at his tongue, and just draws his tongue back into his mouth.
How long is your tongue?
2 feet.
This takes a while.
And there's a little clapping noise that goes there. No. Why must we go scantering and scampering about this ship like rocks drop down a flight of stairs when we could just ask the ship itself? You know?
Right, very good. Ship, where is your scanner?
I'll just yell at the ship.
I can and I am.
Well, have a go. We'll see what happens.
Ship, reveal your secrets. Where is your scanner?
Hello.
Oh, damn.
How can I be of assistance?
Where's your scanner? We need to find a comet to feed you. Water?
Not a comet that's for small computer parts. Water one.
You require refueling. Where is moisture?
Go on. Give us a clue, boyo.
I will. When I can get a word in edgeways.
I don't like it. Speak.
The scanner,
Attitude, you don't trust him.
the scanner can be located in the aft manual compartment.
Now, is off the one that's the back, or is that at the pointy bit at the front?
Just starts furiously
Well-
attacking whatever speaker.
Given that the other one is the fore, and the word forward exists, I'm going to guess the back.
You don't have to be a ding-dong about it, urinal cakes.
Attacking.
Well, my name is Yunal and you've refused to call me that, so touche.
Just furiously attacking the speaker that the sound came out of.
All right, then. Perhaps I will pop down the aft then and find this scanner and pop a little comedy request into it, yeah? Yeah? We like that? Yeah, we like it?
I will accompany you.
As will I.
It doesn't have to be like a party. We can just like two is enough. You know, you need it up here in the command room. You know, like the centre of a brain.
Oh, yes, very good. Actually, yes, that is a good place for the commander to be. I will think about our next moves and put them down on this whiteboard.
Yeah,
I'm going to
please.
draw some arrows and some grids. It's going to be wonderful.
I look forward to it.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're getting the spirit of things, Pilchards.
Yeah. No, you're a born leader, and I'll follow you to the ends of my feet. Now, why don't we pop down the aft of the ship and see if we can find a lovely little box or something,
I would like to find a box
or something.
or something.
Okay.
Hot. It's hot. Hot.
Look, we've all got urges.
It's hot.
Okay, we'll resolve that the next time me or Tim are in
A scene.
a scene.
Cool.
It always happens. I'm not going for this.
I want to see a scene of Shmerr on their own, looking through the porthole at the progress that the worshipper and Pilchards are making as he crawls from porthole to porthole, tracking them.
Can Gaia communicate outside of the ship?
I'm going to say no.
Okay, so
Otherwise
you're going to be
I'll
talking
break.
to yourself.
Yeah,
on
I'm
the...
fine talking to myself for a while.
Yeah.
Personal diary of Shmerr Day. I'm not sure. I have found myself at the bottom. I think it's called the bottom of the ship. Unfortunately, my papers remain inside. So I am attempting to communicate with the crew through the portholes. They are very much not listening. That's fine. So, as the commander of this vessel, it is my duty to ensure that things happen efficiently, and sometimes that involves a hands-off method, so I'm told. I noticed that two of them, I never caught their names, are heading somewhere else, so I am going to attempt to follow them. Diary entry of Shmerr number 2. They have made it into a room which has items within it. That's good. They are stood very close to one another and they are attempting to find a thing. As commander of this vessel, I approve of this action. I am glad they are anticipating my orders and I am sure this will be fine. Oh, I think one of them might have tripped over into the other one's arms. Good that they caught them. I'm glad that my crew care for one another. That's a lot of arms. This is... I may have to file an incident report. It appears they may be choking. It's okay, though. One of them is apparently helping them out in some... Goodness me, that is a very long tongue. I believe they may have been trying to look for the scanner, and it's on the floor. It's between their feet. If they just looked at, oh no, that's not looking down. Goodness me! Thank goodness it's 0G, or someone would be getting hurt. That's fine. I guess I'll just tap on the window. No, there. They can't hear. That's fine. Oh no, one of them's picked up the scanner. That's not what the scanner is used for.
Cut.
Well,
Good grief. Oh, it's my turn to think of a scene. I'm going to leave that there.
I think that's really wise. I'm not sure how I became a peeping Tom, but here I am.
I mean, with
some
that
people
voice,
like to watch.
with that voice,
I know.
that voice is wearing a dirty anorak.
Even without your glands, you still exuded some fluid.
Okay, I would like to see Unal and Mr. Squeakington attempting to figure out what the next steps are if the scanner is found.
Well, they're taking a while.
Yes, well, maybe the scanner's well hidden. So, Corporal Squeakington.
How would you find a scanner? Well, there need to be another scanner. We should find the scanner for the scanner. The scanner.
Ship?
Ship.
Yes,
Is there a scanner for the scanner?
of course.
Oh, good. Where's that?
In the 4 storage compartment.
Right. Well, let's go there then.
Makes sense.
We'll find that scanner in a jiffy. So, Corporal Squeakington, how are you finding your inscripted life so far?
Wait, what? I'm changing my name.
Lieutenant?
But
Mister isn't a military rank, so...
it's my name.
Okay, Lieutenant Mr. Squeakington?
Is that a promotion?
Yes.
Okay.
Brilliant. Right. Very good, Lieutenant. So, how
What
are
does
you...
that make you?
Me? Well, obviously it's in my name. Commander
You're a
Uno
lieutenant.
Manspray.
Ah, is a lieutenant better than a communal?
No, Commander. No, but it's different. A lieutenant has different responsibilities. They command a unit. So, how are you finding the command of your unit?
Well, I told you what to do and you did it, so that's great.
Good, managing upwards then.
Squeak! As we go past a porthole, I
No, what-
spot an enemy.
Wait. Colour in the porthole.
The way the light reflected, I was attacking myself.
And as you're colouring it in, you use a sort of like a, and just sort of like trying to peek over the colour, and it absolutely bugs you out.
Surrounded by enemies.
Yes, well, a good commander knows how to help their lieutenants. So I'm defeating these enemies for you, see? Right, so...
Scanner.
Yes, well, I think this might be the 4 storage cupboard, so let's just open this up here, and
And that tiny bird
that is a lot of sap.
is grabbing onto the handle and trying to.
Gosh, you're strong.
It's the low gravity.
Right. Okay, well, let's just...
So I have a much bigger and more impressive form in a different dimension.
Very interesting. Well, you look like a very tiny budgie now, so quite shocking seeing you just heft that door completely off of its hinges.
Tiny budgie. Don't have my own strength.
Well,
Quick.
yeah, well, there's quite a lot of sap in there, so I don't know if you wouldn't mind, but this is the only uniform I've got, and I'd rather keep it... It's not very good for the commander to look dirty, so if you wouldn't mind going inside and getting a scanner, that'd be greatly appreciated. I might even give you a commendation.
Oh, can I eat it?
The sap or the scanner?
Or the commendation?
Yes.
Okay. Into the sap.
I'd say difficult.
Yeah, getting a scanner out of a sap locker.
sappy scanner.
Especially
that-
when
Yeah,
you're
you got
made
feathers.
of feathers. Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna get clogged.
Just oh no.
It's like that film, The Sap Locker, you know.
Okay.
I want you to know how on board I am with Helen being in charge. I didn't call that hot. Could have done.
Could have
Didn't.
done.
Yeah.
Trying to help.
Trying to help.
Team player Alex.
Just difficult.
Thank you.
You
very
did call
much.
the last thing hot, though.
It was.
Apparently it was. Timothy, it's your turn.
Oh, you've been graduated to a turn.
In my name, just... We find ourselves back in the original meeting room, and Duraldio and Worshipper 2X7 have returned, holding the scanner proudly and expecting praise, only to find that everyone has gone.
Okay.
Oh, this is quite a to-do. We found it now. We found it, and we're ready to find some watery comets, and they've all gone. They've all gnawed stuff in there.
Well, it is time to operate it.
All right, I'll pass this over to you. It's mechanical, like you. It's your kin.
It is. We are along the same design lines.
We'll have a bang on this then. I hand over the scanner to her.
Sounds like you already have.
Brush it down with this chamois leather, it'll be fine.
Worshipper 2X7 inserts the scanner into a slot, like a USB.
That's what I was trying to do earlier.
So
I was
you mean you try it once?
And turn it around.
Oh no, you were right the first time. Flip it back round.
Okay. Moisture detected.
Oh, wonderful. Where is it? Where is that?
Moisture detected. 1 foot away.
Ah, okay, we might need to recalibrate this. Please, I do know I contain moisture, but it's not for that. Hang on,
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure it stays inside.
Moisture is multi-purpose.
Okay, but
Dangerous.
Getting dangerous.
The androids discovered that they're all water bags.
I've cut it.
you just cut it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
We'll see how that one ends.
God, our relationship has taken some roller coaster turn.
Just one of those whirlwind romance murders.
Yeah. I was in the forest for a long time on my own, so.
She's more like a femme fatale. I can't make it pars, but you know
the
what?
idea's
It works
solid.
on the page.
Workshop it.
Can I perhaps,
Come back to us next
I
week.
will.
resubmit the sap locker in that case? Consideration further on the sap locker.
You deserved more for that one.
No, but I'd like more for it.
Lydia.
I think that Ben's character will turn up and see the tail end of whatever was happening there.
Oh.
Between Duraldio
Between Pilchards and Worshipper 2X7.
Duraldio Pilchard.
2X7 is beginning to advance.
Now, let's all calm down.
Must acquire moisture.
Well, yes, that's the mission, isn't it?
No, you don't understand, Ural. You don't understand.
Additional moisture discovered.
Now, it's all
Okay, the problem has become very rapidly obvious.
Yeah. Now, no, you and I don't get on, but I don't want
Must
either of us.
acquire moisture.
Yeah, well, we should do so from a comet. From a comet.
We need to use cold, hard logic on this. It's a
The
very
plan.
logical being.
Look at the whiteboard.
Look at the whiteboard.
Whiteboard does not contain moisture.
No, but it-
Biological beings.
Hang on. Worshipper. Now, sure, do we contain moisture? Yeah, we all know that. That's something we've all come to accept. I'm full of moisture. He's full of moisture. You, not so much, it'd ruin your chips. But we've only got a little bit of moisture in each of us. Barely get you a parsec. Barely get you that far. So how about you helping you get to a much larger source of water? Oh, I don't know, just casting about for ideas. Perhaps a comet.
Also, I have my old service ray gun.
Okay, now, could we not have seen if my thing had worked first before we go straight to the... You did this on my homeworld. You did. We tried to talk to you and you were like, also, ray gun. And it was very unhelpful.
A, good impression. B, well, you were all living in dirty holes, so...
I'll have you know that dusty is not the same thing as dirty. If it's a dry piece of earth, that's not the same thing as dirty. I feel that. Please, Worshipper, give me a second.
A little tension.
Look,
I feel like Worshipper stood there, by the way, with at least 2 circular saws out, spinning, good to go. And it's like, no, yeah, fair enough, that was completely uncalled for, yeah.
if we are going to work together effectively as a team, as much as it hurts me to say that we might have to, you're going to have to stop talking that way about me and my people.
Then you're going to have to call me Unal! Commander Unal! Manspray.
All right, I think a detente can be reached. You're... I've forgotten.
Commander Unal Manspray.
You are Commander Ural Manspray.
And your holes were positively lovely.
Thank you. That's all I've ever wanted a military commander to say to me whilst holding a ray gun in the presence of a killer robot.
Adjusting scanner functions.
Where is it that easy?
The parameters are shifting. Now, I know maybe it's a bit of a bit...
Scanning outside of vessel.
Oh, very good.
Could I just ask a quick question? Was it my logical work or his gun that made the real difference for you?
It was boredom.
So both.
Both. High five. Well, put down the gun. Holster.
Comet located 2.5 parsecs away.
Excellent.
Right. Well, now we need to find the cabin.
Oh,
Cockpit.
yeah.
Flying place.
Computer.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Yes.
Okay. We need to find the, what do you call it, bridge, steering place, wheelhouse.
Yes.
Could you tell me where it is?
The bridge is located on the bridge.
Okay. Now, as true as that is, could you perhaps tell me where, from here, the bridge might be?
Up.
Well, you know what? We've got an instruction. So let's head up to the bridge.
Yes, we have a heading.
Right, cut.
Okay.
I want you to know I really wanted to, if I was going to do a computer, not be a generic Newell, completely unhelpful, really annoying
And yet
NPC.
you do remain
And I
Alex.
can't help it. It's a real compulsion.
It's almost as if you interact with computers on a daily basis. They're kind of like that.
It is now Alex's turn to frame a scene.
I am going to frame a scene. Worshipper 2x7 has gone off on a hunt to find Mr. Squeakington, who has now been missing for hours and hours.
I just remember that means that you're all just abandoned.
Oh, I was going to do a bit about how I was really sad about having lost my first soldier in action, but we got straight into
This was my implication, yeah. So Worshipper 2x7 has managed to find Mr. Squeakington exactly where Mr. Squeakington was left.
Just stuck.
Just so stuck.
Like 30 centimetres.
So furious. Such a furious little bird.
Hello, biological organism. Do you require assistance?
That's a swear word in her language.
I do not understand your language.
Yes.
Very well. Extending arms. Body retrieved.
So sticky.
Do you require assistance with your covering material?
Need a dust bath. Not a moisture bath.
Dust bath.
Dust bath.
Explain.
It's a bath. It's a bit of dust.
Where is dust?
In the hole.
To the hole.
The hole was dusty.
I shall assist.
Yay! Tries to fly.
You're taking a sap-covered bird into his lovely hole.
Yeah, and mussing up all my lovely dust.
Mussing up his dust.
You wait till I get home, Buster.
Need the dust to live.
Aww. Cool. Right.
Fortunately, I don't have much moisture.
Yeah, it should be a very easy thing to do. Yeah. Right, so we are trying to find the bridge and also bathe a bird in dust. Let's see if we
equally important tasks. The survival of us all and the dusting of a bird.
Oh yeah, Alex's character is somewhere. Right, we'll see you after the break and see what happens. And welcome back to the Rusty Quill Gaming podcast with an anarchic model of gaming. So, we are now at... Yes, it's Ben's turn to frame a scene.
Hello.
Hello, what do you want to see?
I want to follow this dust bath.
Follow the action.
Oh, yes. That's what the listeners will like.
Yeah. What's going on with this bath? Come on.
My feathers, they're so sticky and it's so urgent. Yeah, well, if you want to cut because it got too hot.
No, let's let this
Android
play.
is getting a lot of action.
Let this play.
Please take me to the dust. I'm so sticky.
Pit is reached. Shall I drop?
Urgency. Yes.
Dropping.
Say. Yeah, your thump was better. Thump.
Is that agreeable?
Just fluttered around in the dust.
The gentle splat of sap spraying out across.
Spray.
Over my lovely things.
Sap is getting everywhere.
And I would say,
Shuffling around.
from worshipper's point of view, just a cloud of dust rising out of the pit hole.
You know that thing when swans get in the water and they wiggle their tail.
Yes.
They always wiggle their tail.
Yeah.
But that's just the budgie just all over, like, the wiggle of satisfaction.
1 hour remaining of moisture reserves.
Oh, but this is very important, and the stakes were really so high.
Worshipper to X7 moisture reserves.
Well,
Willpower down in T-minus 60 minutes.
could you try dust instead of moisture? Squeak!
That is heresy.
It's just...
Non-believer!
Danger.
Okay.
So far, all of the danger involves you becoming crap. I'm sensing a theme. In many ways, isn't the solution to this to chuck you out of the damn air? And then we just have a lovely space boat sojourn. Oh, we must save this thing that consistently tries to kill us. Otherwise, it might kill us. Oh, wait.
The tree needs water as
The
well.
tree does also
Yes.
need water. That is true.
Okay, so Pilchards and Unal are trying to find the bridge, having become friends.
Found a
Become
mutual
acquaintances.
accord.
Friends of circumstance.
Could we watch it from...
Yes. From Shmerr's perspective.
Perspective. Yeah.
Okay, Shmerr, you're watching these two attempt to find the bridge.
Captain's log. I find myself looking out to the stars and considering our journey out towards them, not just as a metaphor for the expansion of life and sentience throughout the universe, but also it's sort of like looking at a big, empty spreadsheet. It's just glorious and awe-inspiring. But I digress. I find myself outside the bridge now, observing my two lieutenants, the one what has all the legs, and the one who I'm now cheerfully calling Whiteboard. Whiteboard and Manylegs seem to be getting along. They are efficient, if somewhat distant from one another in the room, but I'm sure that is fine. I noticed that Whiteboard appears to be spooling up the engines, which is encouraging. Of course, I am quite literally on the outside of a ship, with no way to brace myself against the acceleration. I'm sure that they have already considered this before they would launch such a massive acceleration in such a way. Meanwhile, Manylegs appears to be at the nav console. In a lot of ways, I like to think of Manylegs and Whiteboard as my dream team. It's clear that under my guidance and my hands-off management, oh, listen to me, I'm a regular anarchist, they are proceeding in a way that could only be considered exceptional. So with that in mind, I'm going to actually hold on, under the assumption that I'm going to...
Dangerous.
Danger?
Yeah.
That's up to you.
We're accelerating and he's on the outside of the ship and he's just about to grab on.
Oh, such danger.
I don't know how the physics of it works, you know, there's no air resistance.
We're
but-
flying a giant tree, so
Yeah.
I think the physics can take a hike on this one.
Fair enough.
Yes, they can.
Fun fact, as long as he's on the nose of the ship and that's the direction it's travelling, it'll be fine.
I was surprised you didn't have them hook up.
I was very tempted.
Yeah,
but
I
also
could
didn't,
hear it in
I didn't
your
want
voice.
to force that.
No.
You know, some romances take time, some are entirely moisture driven, and others are forged in the fires of adversarial.
And some happen when you accelerate and then you tumble into each other's arms.
Oh, I've fallen. Oh, your eyes.
I wouldn't want to force it. Let it happen. Let it happen.
Well, Tim.
I think we should do a scene in the bridge then.
Bow.
Wow.
Bow. Bow.
It's Take Me Brother again.
No,
Tim.
no, we are not that well acquainted as characters. It's not going there. So, Duraldio Pilchards and I'm generally having a bad hard
Commander
time. Commander
Unal
Unal.
Manspray.
Because I've written it down as Ural, like the Ural Mountains.
It's Unal, like the Unal Mountains.
Like the Ural Mountains.
Named after those famous mountains.
Yes.
Ironically on the planet Uranal.
It causes so much damn confusion.
But it's tradition.
Yeah. So we have started to engage the ship and accelerate towards our destination.
I say, did you hear some sort of thump?
There was definitely something clattering across the hull at some point.
Oh, well. Ship!
Yes.
Have there been any hull breaches?
No.
That was nothing important then.
All valued crew members are accounted for.
Very good, thank you.
Wonderful. Now, you know what? I do have a nagging feeling that there is something we are forgetting. I couldn't possibly tell you what it is, though.
Mr. Squeakington!
Mr. Squeakington, what happened? You went up with Mr. Squeakington to find the extra scanner, as you were telling me as we walked here.
Yes?
And you never got to the end of the story, and then you just came back in when we were having a situation with Worshipper. What happened?
Yes, unfortunately, take my hat off. Hold on my chest. We lost one.
Oh, no.
Mr. Squeakington went into the storage cupboard
Right.
and was taken by the saps therein.
Ah, no. Mr. Squeakington's a feathered being.
Exactly.
Well, what did you do about it?
Respected their loss, as any good commander should. Yes?
No,
Paid my respects.
You just put your hat back on. Take it back off again.
Oh,
We're not
sorry.
finished. Look, you can't just like put a bird in some sap and then go, whoopsie daisy. I better just walk away then. You have to like try and help it
Well,
out.
what you forget about Mr. Squeakington is they were an interdimensional being.
Yeah.
And prior to this, I saw them rip the door of the 4 storage cupboard clean off.
Yeah.
So I thought that they might be able to handle a bit of sap.
Sure.
And I only have one of these uniforms.
Yeah, no, I'm noticing an inconsistency in your account. You're taking your hat off and saying we lost one,
Yes.
but also assuring me that they're fine and it's all fine.
No. No, what I mean is, I assumed that it would be all fine.
Oh, you just didn't stick around to find out.
Well, no, they went in,
Yeah.
and I didn't see them again. Thus, killed in action.
No, this is the problem with you. This is the problem with you, mate. This is exactly what we were having a barney about earlier.
I don't recall.
You don't respect people, do you?
What? No.
You don't
Well,
respect
of
me.
Of course I do.
You don't respect Mr.
I
Squid.
took the hats off.
Yeah,
The hat's off.
Look, taking your hat off whilst absolutely.
Do you want me to lower the hat?
Well, drop it on the floor and stamp on it as
No,
far
I
as
will
I
never do
can.
that to my hat.
No,
That's a symbol of my office.
that would prove to me that you do actually care even the slight bit about your fellow crew members. Take off your hat, throw it on the floor, and step on it. And if you do that, maybe I can push past the fact that you 100% abandoned your crew members at the slightest sign of even a little bit of adversity.
Well, then you'll have to join my hatless army.
You mean I have to take off my hat too?
Yes.
Okay. I gently reach up to my stylish bowler.
Which you've been wearing this whole time.
It's half rotted. And
We should drop the hats together,
on the count of 3.
and then through that, a bond of brotherhood.
Hot!
A bond of brotherhood! The fact that you think that's hot says more about you than us.
It's being called, though. It's being called. Next scene! Lid!
You monster.
It's gone. She's gone.
Just having a dust bath.
Just having
What's your next scene, though? Pervert.
Should it be Alex watching again?
Please, Alex, do the right thing.
I'm gonna put this to Alex. He's going to be watching something, whether it is what was happening below with us two and the unbelieving, or it's the bridge.
Oh, you got to make the call.
Yeah,
This is your scene.
Which
Okay.
one do you prefer?
You
to
have to see the one downstairs.
So this is-
you're seeing
If you know what we mean.
we cut off on unbeliever.
see? Yes.
I find myself enamoured with the idea of efficiency and how they've decided it'll run a little bit better with me outside. I do notice that in my initial assessment of the crew, there is slightly more tension than I initially considered. Namely, the apparently killer robot. Retrospectively, I should have addressed this in the initial crew assessment. So, with that in mind, I am keeping an assessment of the situation distantly. I cannot help but notice that at this stage, a significant portion of the budgie appears to be smeared on the walls of the Thankfully, the main body of the budgie appears to have escaped. But there is
Just got
now
one
some
wing.
kind of killer robot, which I am choosing to consider a motivational action for the team. Alex has to stop. He has cramp in like every muscle in his face.
I thought that's why you weren't cutting.
We stage torture, man. It's always about
Live Foley, wonderful.
Yeah, just
Wonderful.
yeah. Look at him.
I mean, you made it.
dedication there.
You made a choice and you're stuck with
You
it.
did.
Yeah.
stick
The one
with
rule.
it.
Yeah, like a
It
bad
is.
marriage, you're just
Yeah,
stuck with it.
Yeah, go for it. Go on.
Yeah. That is a rule that I wrote down on my character sheet. Yeah. If you're interrupting,
Amy?
then stick to it.
If
Oh
you-
yeah. Yeah, that's what you said.
If you're in a bad marriage,
Stick with it.
I write that
Kill
down.
the man.
often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Make it look like an accident.
Yeah.
Right, the podcast has taken a turn.
pour their blood into
All
your
I
fuel
was-
pipe and use it to power you for
Lie
another
around in your
pressure.
wedding dress.
Somehow we've gone from like marital murder, and we trace that back to I was just shaking a bit in a chair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot on our minds today.
Yes. It's actually your turn to frame the scene.
Right. In that case, then, I would like a scene of Mr. Squeakington joining the rest of the team on the bridge in whatever state they're in.
Should we do that in media res?
Yeah.
Very much so.
Now, on the count of 3, drop the hat.
Well, we did get called hot.
You did get called hot.
Yeah.
Oh, so we have to be caught in flagrante.
I mean, in fairness, you could do
Must
exactly
we?
the same line, just really close.
Right, now you're taking everything else off. Drop the hat.
Lydia made it.
And that is obviously how you cool
Yes,
down.
my uniform slipped.
It is, yeah, it's slipped off.
Oh, look, all these buttons have fallen off, and my belt came undone.
Yeah.
Quickly rectify that. Yes, Mr. Squeakington, you appear to be alive, great, and maimed.
So, ironically, you guys might have your clothes off. Mr. Squeakington is plucked.
Wait, so did you run in?
No.
He ran in, or he hopped in.
It appears to
And
be
he
a nude
lost a
bird.
lot of feathers in the dust, blood,
Extravaganza.
extravaganza happening downstairs.
Mr. Squeakington, have you no sense of propriety?
This is the bridge.
This is the bridge.
Unbelievable. The robot is really problematic.
All right, quick action is needed. Let's look down the bridge to keep the robot out.
Okay, I'll press this
Non-believers.
button.
Blast doors.
Bridge sealed.
Right.
What happened?
I will add those in post.
Okay, good.
What happened, Mr. Squeakington?
Oh, well, I just suggested, because I was abandoned cruelly.
About that.
Oh yeah, about that.
So the bird hops in between Many Legs and Whiteboard and is facing
'Cause those are
Many
their
Legs.
names.
Yeah, is facing Many Legs completely. I mean, like, well, so you're the only one worth addressing. Since I was so cruelly abandoned, I was stuck in sap, and then my feathers.
Yeah.
So urgently, dust bath. So dust, then bath, then that worked so well. I suggested that instead of the robot seeking moisture, as they were saying they urgently needed to do, then they use some of the dust in the dusty pit.
Bear in mind the entire time of this.
Hang on. The dusty pit.
And then
You mean
she got angry and then smeared me on the walls.
in the dusty pit?
Yeah, so now it's a dusty, bloody, sappy pit.
You mean you mussed up my dusty pit?
Well, I mean, there's
That's where I keep all my stuff.
like good gestures sort of with the wings, but there's very little feather in the way of feathers attached to the wings right now.
Duraldio, please, darling. I mean, Duraldio, Lieutenant Pilchards.
Look, I am just a little bit angry. That's where I kept all my plunder, my loot, my booty, my mints.
No, you ate those.
Oh yeah. But anyway, you mussed it up with your blood and your sap and your feathers.
Trust me, I'd be much happier with my blood on the inside too.
Actually, thinking about it, as much as I enjoy this conversation, we're all looking this way.
Yeah.
I turned the engines on. Who's driving? Dangerous.
Oh, so dangerous. Isn't it your go?
It is.
Ben, what do you want to see?
A massive explosion!
So I would like one of Shmerr watching the comet fast approaching
Yeah, I'm on board with
from the
that.
outside of the ship.
Captain's log, supplemental.
Okay, just very quickly, remember I didn't make him do this.
Oh, no,
No
it's just
one
this,
made him.
it's required. It's required.
Captain's log, supplemental. I have nothing but pride and respect for the navigator Many Legs in deciding to accelerate full force at the comet. The increased speed has allowed us to arrive at our destination in what I estimate to be at least 3 seconds spare. And in a lot of ways, if that isn't worth my death, I don't know what is. And so this will probably be my last entry. I would just like to thank Many Legs whiteboard, baldy and killer incentive robot for serving with me. Without their assistance, I could never have guided this ship into a comet. For some reason. I'm not sure why we're aiming at the comet, but we got there fast. And if that isn't a win, I don't know what is.
So is it the case that you don't even know about the moisture?
I have no idea! I've just twigged that we're aiming for a comet and we got there quick.
Dangerous, I guess.
Yeah, dangerous.
Dangerous again. It's all dangerous.
Hey, Helen.
You know what? I would like to see a scene with Squeakington, Unal, and Pilchards all panicking as they see a comet approaching.
Oh no!
Bloody hell!
Oh no!
Right,
Where are the brakes on this?
wait, hang on. I'm pressing the go button. No. I want to press it backwards.
Stop doing it, you moron!
Starts attacking a speaker.
I lunge for a brake lever.
Yeah, but it's a giant branch.
Yeah. Might be if I pull this. I pull the handbrake branch lever.
Brakes engaged. Deceleration in T-minus 13 minutes.
No! Well, in our last moments together, I think we could all agree that Ural.
It's Unal.
That you.
No, out of time.
Cut! Danger! Boom!
It's not my turn.
Tim, it's your scene.
Yeah, it's your scene, Tim.
Well, we out of time boom.
Yeah.
Well, no, out of time cut.
Oh, okay.
All I said was out of time. We could have concurrent scenes. They don't have to be chronological.
Okay, yeah, well, let's have a concurrent scene. So as that previous scene was taking...
Also, you're assuming a lot of people breathe oxygen, and quite frankly, that's your problem, not
that's
ours.
my privilege.
Well, we never really established the atmosphere in this ship, so...
Yeah, it's all just nitrogen. Tasty nitrogen. Try some today.
Good for trees.
Good for trees.
So
Right,
what scene would you
so the scene will be the other side of the blast doors and Worshipper 2X7 trying to devise a way of entering the bridge, not knowing that the comet is soon to be a squashy hot friend.
Well, first cold, then very, very much hot.
Oh, yeah.
Let's think. Engaging rams. Engaging additional rams. Engaging corkscrew. Attack.
I would just like to wish you luck in converting all of the squishy inmates into fluid.
Thank you, ship.
I'm just saying, if you want to share it out, I'm sure we could get along together.
Moisture.
Moisture.
I'm so proud of us that no one said hot.
Only because I was in the scene. If I was out of it, that'd have been so hot so fast.
Okay.
Moisture? Moisture?
Moisture?
Moisture.
Oh, moisture!
I just want it on the record. The second that Helen's running the show, this got hot. Got hot and steamy.
That's why I'm not allowed to run Monster Hearts. I think we have time for one more scene.
Whose turn is it?
It's Lydia's turn.
Cut to
Shmerr.
Shmerr standing on a scrap of ship hull in a cloud of ice particles spinning around with only a ship's log recorder in their hand.
Thankfully, I don't need to shake. The acceleration's done at least.
You're just floating.
But it's very cold, so you're shivering.
Don't you dare.
It's very cold, Alex.
I mean, my suit's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good. It's all good.
Your suit has a leak.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Captain's log, supplemental. I, Shmerr, of the Disolium Collective, do claim this comet as a property of me and would like to pay my respects to the dedicated crew that sacrificed their lives so nobly that I might obtain my personal mission. Too many legs. He had many legs. I never heard his voice, but I liked to think it was bassy in a comforting manner. Certainly, Whiteboard seemed to think so. Whiteboard. You were always so efficient, apparently, at everything apart from people management. But that's okay. Not everyone's as charismatic as Shmerr. And then Baldy. I'm so sorry, Baldy, that you had to lose your feathers in the pursuit of our shared dream that I presume you share. But take heart from knowing that as you bounced around the bridge like a ping-pong ball in a washing machine, you managed to hit the escape pod button and at least sent some message of our success out into the void. And so, I bring myself full circle to Incentivot. I've called you Incentivot because that, Incentivot, is what you are. In a lot of ways, you were the most valuable member of my crew. Whenever I was thinking, how will I get them to the bridge to get me to a comet, apparently? Incentivot was there, seducing, killing, harvesting for moisture, even as the impact was happening. And so, I would like to close this log, comfortable in the knowledge that this comet has been claimed. And as I see that bloody awful tree buggering off finally, I can rest calm and happy knowing that in some small way we all made a difference, but mostly it was me. Shmerr.
Wonderful. I think that is a lovely note to end.
Hot! Sexy isolation. Oh, leave me on my own.
What a curvy chunk of
Oh,
ice.
don't the Magnus Phantom will get hold of that.
Oh, I'm just on my own with a tape recorder. Ooh.
Oh no, on your own, just
Ian.
with his own beard.
Genuinely a bad thing.
Right. Did we all have fun?
Yeah.
I did not
no,
interact with a single character, and if that isn't an RPG win, I don't know what is.
Very good. We're very proud of you, Alex. Well, I hope you had fun as well. Listeners. Dearest listeners.
Yeah, I guess one thing is you can get Vast and Starlet if you Google it.
Yes.
Yeah,
And-
genuinely, but you should also pay for it because you should always pay for your games.
Yes, it is a pay what you want, and it does say on the website that you can preview it for free. But yeah, it is pay what you want. So if you like it, pay for it. Even if it's like 50 cents or $1 or £1. If you
Or
really-
€1.
£100.
Yeah, because let's be
£100.
honest, what will £1 be worth by the
That's
time
true.
this is brought?
Oh my
£1 million.
gosh.
One discarded car part that you can trade for some mystery meat.
Several plastic bags which have shot up in value.
It's all gone to such
Filled with tap water.
strange
Plastic
place.
Sainsbury's bags filled with tap water.
15 of Theresa May's career.
Worthless men. They're all worthless.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hot.
Rusty Quill Gaming is a podcast distributed by Rusty Quill and licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 international license. Today's episode was directed by Alexander J. Newell and produced by April Sumner. To subscribe, buy merchandise or join our Patreon, visit rustyquill.com. Rate and review us online, tweet us at The Rusty Quill, visit us on Facebook or email us via mail@rustyquill.com. Join our community on the Discord via the website or on Reddit at r/rustyquill. Thanks for listening.